When marrying, ask yourself this question. Do you believe that you will be able to converse well with this person into your old age? God is dead. God remains dead. And we have killed him. Yet his shadow still looms. You have your way. I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of all murderers? What was holiest and mightiest of all that the world has yet known has bled to death under our knives. Who will wipe this blood off us? What water is there for us to clean ourselves? To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Love is blind. Friendship closes its eyes. Our treasure lies in the beehive of our knowledge. When you look into an abyss, the abyss also looks into you. All truly great thoughts are conceived by walking. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. Everything else in marriage is transitory. Ah, women, they make the highs higher and the lows more frequent. Faith in not wanting to know what is true. There are no facts, only interpretations. Whenever I climb, I am followed by a dog called ego. When one has not had a good father, one must create one. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. The irrationality of a thing is no argument against its existence, rather a condition of it. The world itself is the will to power and nothing else, and you yourself are the will to power and nothing else. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. We love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. In everything, one thing is impossible: rationality. The true man wants two things: danger and play. For that reason he wants woman as the most dangerous plaything. Without music, life would be a mistake. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. On the mountains of truth you can never climb in vain. Either you will reach a point higher up today, or you will be training your powers so that you will be able to climb higher tomorrow. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. Many are stubborn in pursuit of the path they have chosen, few in pursuit of the goal. We should consider every day lost on which we have not danced at least once, and we should call every truth false which was not accompanied by at least one laugh. Madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, nations, and ages it is the rule. We are perpetually on the way thither, being by nature winged insects and honey-gatherers of the mind. A woman may very well form a friendship with a man, but for this to endure, it must be assisted by a little physical antipathy. There cannot be a God, because if there were one, I could not believe that I was not he. In heaven, all the interesting people are missing. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. It is impossible to suffer without making someone pay for it. Every complaint already contains revenge. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and simpler. Fear is the mother of morality. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies, but also to hate his friends. The doer alone learneth. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. There are no eternal facts, as there are no absolute truths. The future influences the present just as much as the past. The most common lie is that which one lies to himself. Lying to others is relatively an exception. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs. He alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. In every real man a child is hidden that wants to play. Whatever is done for love always occurs beyond good and evil. One should die proudly when it is no longer possible to live proudly. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. Those who cannot understand how to put their thoughts on ice should not enter into the heat of debate. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. There are horrible people who, instead of solving a problem, tangle it up and make it harder to solve for anyone who wants to deal with it. Whoever does not know how to hit the nail on the head should be asked not to hit it at all. Not necessity, not desire, no, the love of power is the demon of men.